Okay, folks, it's a comparison. We're going to show you all the different stats of the Izzo Alex PID versus the Giotto Evolution from Rocket. These two machines are fairly comparable. They're heat exchanger machines. So let's go over the stats, and I'll start with the Rocket. Under the hood, you're going to find a copper and brass heat exchanger in there, insulated. Copper piping, all the same type of stuff that you would find in a typical prosumer machine like this. On the outside, you have a water tank right here, which holds, it holds 98 ounces, which is quite a bit of water. And then also this machine is capable of being plumbed in as well, and that's what makes it the Evo. It has the two manometers down here. This one tells you what's going on in the boiler. When it's heated up, it should be up at around 1.2 or so, right up in that area. And it gives you a green, so you know. If it gets too high, you gotta take it back a bit. And then this one over here tells you what's going on at the brew head. If the grind of your coffee is proper, this will pop up to around 10, and as it's brewing, it'll back off to 9, 9.5. So it gives you an idea of what's working right and what isn't with the grind of the coffee. It's a lever machine, and when you engage it like this, you are going to have the pump kick in. That glass is making noise. And as you could tell, that is a rotary pump, which you're going to find on both of these machines. Machines that are plumb capable are going to have rotary pumps in them. They control the pressure from the house a little bit better than other pumps. And they're hardier. It's going to last a little bit longer as well. Hot water spout right here. Steam arm right here, which is an anti-burn steam arm. 58 millimeter professional Porta Filter with a single and a double basket, and also, well, not just single and double basket, two total Porta Filters. One is with a single spout and one is with a double spout, and single and double baskets. E61 saturated brew head, and what does that do for you? That has hot water running through it, siphoning from the boiler, keeping that brew head at the proper temperature so that your shots taste better. If that was cold and this was cold, you'd have a nasty shot. You have your a drip tray right here, and it comes out, and it also has a drain capability, which goes down into here. And here is the PID on this particular machine. It is right here. And you can adjust the temperature of what's going on in the boiler from right there. And Rocket conceals that. They don't like to see too much clutter on the front of their machines. They like that nice, more of a conventional look to it without too much digital on the front. And then legs also, see these legs? I don't know if you can see them down here, but they're two-part. And you can either make this machine go lower, or you can make it go higher. So, and I didn't talk about the boiler. The boiler has 77 ounces inside the boiler itself. Stainless steel casing, they're all stainless, so that's similar. Powder coated frame right here, steel frame. Now let's move over to the Izzo. The water tank is under here. This comes off, and the water tank is right back here. And it also has plumb capability. It has all the same as far as that goes. And its PID is right here on the outside. This PID does one more function that the one on the Rocket does not. As you're pulling your shot, it counts up so you know how many seconds your shot is running. And that's kind of a nice feature. It's got the two manometers right there. This one tells you what's going on inside the boiler, and this one tells you what's going on at the brew head, same thing. E61 brew head, saturated, lever machine. Now with the heat exchanger, this one and that one, you see that the water is cooling down. You want to do a 7-second flush before you brew with a heat exchanger. That stabilizes the temperature of the water that is coming from the tank to the brew head because it's a heat exchanger. Water tap right here, your steam, anti-burn steam arm right here, your drip tray right here, which comes out. Ow, that's hot water. And then right down here is where you switch it from reservoir to tank. And on this one, it's under the hood, it's right under this by the water tank. This has got a little bit bigger drip tray, I would say. It's actually quite a bit bigger. This one's a little slimmer. Under the hood, you're going to find a stainless steel boiler, which is 60 ounces. Well, actually, the water tank is 60 ounces, and the boiler in there, the stainless boiler, is 77 ounces. So that's kind of nice. It's a big boiler. Stainless steel, insulated. Same type of workings on the inside. Their electronics are put up a little bit higher above any water situations, which is kind of nice. Three-way solenoid valve on both machines. What does that give you? That is going to give you a somewhat drier coffee puck, and it releases the pressure from the brew head, gets rid of the excess moisture on top of the coffee and down into the drip tray. The legs are not adjustable on this. They are what they are. The on-off button is right back here on this machine, and on the Rocket, it's right here in the front. So the other thing that this machine has, that the Rocket is a single wall, and on this one, it's actually a dual wall. So it stays a little bit cooler on the outside, which I would translate that into, it might be, yeah, and I haven't tested this. This is just my take on it. It might be a little more efficient keeping the heat in. Also has a 58 millimeter, and it comes with the double and the single as well. And this has a tilted handle, which when you're tamping, it keeps it more flat, especially when it's up on top of a mat. So that's just it's just a difference. You know, it's not good or bad, just different. So I would say those are pretty much the stats on those two machines. What's left? Let's make a drink. Let me get some milk. Let me get things going for these two, and then we'll brew some shots. Okay, so I'm back. I've got my milk. I'm going to get the ground coffee, and what I'm going to do is to try to keep this. I don't have two people here, so it's hard to do two. I can pull two shots, two machines going at the same time, but not the milk. So I'm going to do the milk first. I'm going to have my coffee ready. I'm going to engage them in. I'm going to get the shots going at the same time, and then I'm going to be sitting here with the milk, doing the shimmy shimmy. All right, let's get her going. Now we are using the same amount of coffee so that this is an equal comparison. And the basket in the Rocket appears to hold more grams as I was playing around with it. But since we didn't want to overdose the Izzo, we're using the same amount, a little bit less in the Rocket. All right. So let me get the milk. And like I said, don't forget to purge on the steam arm, as well as do your 7-second shot ahead of brewing your shots, your 7-second flush. But this is to get the condensation out. Ready. Okay, let's quickly get this one done so that doesn't sit there for too long. I didn't have that open quite all the way in the very beginning, but it still went very fast. Okay, so do the flush. Engage the Porta filters. This is a juggling act. I'm not used to doing this with my left hand. I'm looking at that as a timer. Okay. I think the shot ran a little bit longer on the rocket here. I could have dialed it down just a little bit more. And no latte art today, Gail. No latte art. Okay, well, let's see what she tastes like. That's the test, right? Good. They do taste a little bit different. They're both good, but there's a difference there, and I can't describe exactly what it is. Of course, this one came out a little bit faster. They're both good. It's just different. I can't say one is like, ooh, you know, where you go, oh, that's bitter or that's sour or whatever. They just are a little bit different. Both good drinks. I would accept that any day in a cafe or at home or wherever. So, Izzo Alex PID versus the Rocket Giotto Evoluzione. So, it's your call. They're both good machines. Check out the stats on our website. And don't forget, comments down below. And don't forget, if you want us to do a particular comparison of the products we carry, don't forget to just mention it make a shout out to us. And thanks a lot for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.